Hi guys, very happy Independence Day to all my Indian friends, and those who are not from India. Happy Independence Day to you too, and you will know what kind of independence I am talking about. So it is Happy Independence Day for everybody who's watching this video. Today, what I want you to do is today I want you to take a seat, okay? Whether you take a seed or you take a sapling, I want you to plant that sapling. I want you to plant that little seed. And when you plant that seed, you could be, having an intention. You should be having an intention why you are planting that seed. Now, that intention could be any of your dreams that you desire to live, okay? Or if you ask me, the intention from my perspective, if you're doing it today, needs to be this, that when you plant that and when you see that grow, it's an indication, it's a signal for you that you are also growing in terms of you are going to be evolving as what? Evolving as a better version of yourself, evolving to a place where you have left your old self and your new version is germinating. So let's do, I'll tell you what that new version is. So let's plant it. And I don't have the seeds here, so I'm planting this money plant. Money plant, why? Because money plant is actually my favorite. Okay, if you are planting a money plant, when then you should cut those parts where you can see the shoots like this. Okay, when you have the shoots like this, that's where you're going to be planting the money plant. So let's do it for just a few moments. I have this pot ready. Now I am not removing these because these are you see small ones coming up for me. This is also an indication of growth, and this is also beautiful flowering plant. I am not removing this as well. This pot is ready. So what I am going to be doing is just, it's, and the mud is already wet, so I'm going to be planting one here. Okay, like this. One second, let me just finish planting this. This is where it has gone deep inside. Okay, I have another one because I'm going to be planting 3 and 4. So this is like another one which I'm going to be planting. The mud is quite wet, so I don't need any other instrument to just dig this. This is again gone deep inside, and this is the second one that I planted, and I intended planting third one as well. One second, this is the one that has got nice shoots. So this is where I am going to be planting the third one, right? This is how it is done, and we will water it just a little bit so that it can take its it can take the mud with it. Okay, now this is what I want all of you to do it. You could be planting a seed or a plant. Now, when this plant begins to grow, what you can do is, when you look at it growing, you will have that, create that feeling in you that you are becoming a better version of yourself. And better version would mean that, you are leaving all that anger behind. Better version is that you are no more ruled by the feelings of resentment. You're no more ruled by the feelings of guilt, regret, shame. Okay, you're no more ruled by those feelings that I am not good enough, or I want, other people to accept me, I want other people to validate me. So better version would mean that you're leaving all that behind and creating that new self. And that new self, when you look at that plant growing, that new self is like, removing those layers of pain. And the new self would mean that you are not the one who's getting impacted by negativity. You're evolving out of it. No matter how many negative people might be there with you, you are still not getting impacted. And if you get impacted, you know how to get out of it, and you are emerging. New version also means that you are co-creating your life. Why co-creating your life? Because God has already created your life. God has given you the dots. Now it is your responsibility to be joining those dots. Okay, that's what the new version is, where you have started to join the dots. New version means where you are living your life meaningfully. There is a purpose for which you have come onto this earth, and you're living that purpose, so that when you look back on the last day of your earth, you will know that you lived a life that is full of satisfaction, full of contentment. Now, that is that new version. So, independence would mean freedom from those chains of, negative emotions that you were bound with, and now evolving and experiencing that inner freedom. So, from that perspective, I would say happy Independence Day to all of you. Now, the catch here is one. You know what that catch is? That catch is that when you sow the seeds, okay, when you plant that sapling, the tendency is to look at that and see how much it is growing. If you've planted a seed, then you might think that, okay, when is it going to germinate? Good to see that, no problem, but you got to catch yourself. Suppose the seed that you have sown, or the sapling that you planted, it didn't grow, it just died out, or the seed never germinated, right? I wanted to catch yourself. What kind of feelings do you have? Are you giving yourself the negative meaning to the fact that the plant has not grown? So, if you're giving a negative feeling, that means there are those many negative blocks inside you which are preventing you from moving forward in life. Now you know that you've got to do some work as far as those blocks are concerned, right? So remember, if you are giving a negative meaning to that situation where the plant is not growing, you got to work on those internal blocks. That is what is the major challenge, the major roadblock that is stopping you from creating the life that you want. And if it is growing, great, awesome, enjoy. Each time there is, you see a new leaf coming, you can say, wow, I am, adding a new dimension, a new fresh dimension to my life. Now, if that's one way to deal with it, wherein when the plant is not growing, you start working on yourself. Other way, which is quite a negative way, is uh, forget about it, give up, live the ordinary life that you're living, and keep blaming yourself, keep blaming your destiny. That's another way to deal with it. Third option is still somewhat better. Plant that seed to a place where you don't go again and again, so that you can just plant it and come back, and you can't see whether it is growing or not growing. But in that case, in your mind, you're cultivating that plant is growing, that plant must be yielding fruits now, that plant must be giving flowers now, oh, it's raining, that plant must be thriving, it must be looking very green, it must have looked very dense. In that case, you have to do that in your mind. So either you can do it at home, or you can do it at some other place. Whether it grows or it doesn't grow, what happens inside you? If there are negatives happening inside you, know that you've got to work on it, because it's your negative emotions, pent up emotions, which are creating that roadblock for you. Okay. Now, that's it from me to you today, on the account of Independence Day. And I wish every one of you, each one of you, happy Independence Day. And I wish that you really get that freedom from the emotional pain, so that you can truly live the life of your inner freedom. Okay. And if you need our help, then you know what to do. You need to just uh, message us, and we will get back to you, right? You take care, and I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow. Bye.